learn. We'll be discussing that on the show this morning. We have two beautiful women with us here.
Exactly, like we rightly said before, we're to break that, we'll be having Julie Mogbo, family systems coach and a nurse. And of course, we have Florence Carl Ogu, who is also a sexual coach and then also a family systems coach as well, right?
Yes.
Good morning. Good to have you.
Good morning.
It's good to see you.
Yes,
Is it too late to say Happy New Year?
Yes, it's not. No, it's not too late actually. Happy New Year.
Okay, so we're looking at rape in minors. Okay, maybe because I'm a woman, and thank God you're women, and we see that this happened a lot. I mean, years before now, it used to be women being raped, but now minors as little as 3 months old are victims, or would I say survivors of this. Let's start with you. Your experience so far as a family systems coach person. Share some of these experiences, and how would you help parents who's been through this with their kid? How would you advise them on this?
Well, thank you very much. I wouldn't think we need to start telling people that these things are happening. It's all over social media. People, you have your device, your mobile device with you, and then before you realize it, there's a video sent in, and then you're seeing all sorts happening. Funny enough, I don't look at those videos. As soon as I have them sent to me and I ask the question, what is this? And they say, this is it. I say, I know the world is bad already. What I'm out to do is to prevent things like this. So I don't want to watch in order to, but why I keep them sometimes is in order to have a contact to show to those parents that still live in denial that these things do happen. So I get to preserve such videos. The experiences we've had is terrible, from reasons given that I love the way the babies smile, to these are reasons from perpetrators.
So like, seriously?
Yeah. So I love the way the baby smiled. You hear things like, you hear just some excuses that you can't even connect with. The thing is, why do these things happen? What can parents do? Parents should first of all have this at the back of their mind, that the person closest to that baby could hurt a baby. That's one.
Regardless of the blood type you share with that person.
Regardless.
So what can you do? Can you be too overprotective of your children, your babies? How do you protect them?
That doesn't even help.
You shouldn't.
Okay.
I think that one of the issues we have now is the fact that parents are even very scared. Fear is the #1 reason your child can be abused. So what you do is that you transfer fear to your child. There's a way you educate your child and you're calm and the child is just learning. And there's a way you are instilling fear into the child. So I do not think that parents should be overprotective. We only think that parents should know what is appropriate for them to do. But one of the things Julie mentioned, or maybe she didn't mention, is the fact that some parents are even living in denial. A lot of parents will say to you that their children cannot be abused. They say it consistently, and some of them, yes, and some of them, even when it happens, instead of seeking the help of a professional, they will keep it at home. They will keep the issues. The ones we see on social media, maybe someone got it, or if you quiz, you discover that it wasn't the family that it happened to that brought it to social media. Parents used to keep these things to themselves.
Okay, like some people say that this also occurs from, I mean, the perpetrators probably were abused for them to have done that, or it has to do a bit with their background. So are you saying that we have to talk to parents now when it comes to training a child, because that's where it all starts from?
Parents need training.
Okay.
Parents should accept the fact that you weren't born with a manual. I have asked this question over and over again when I get to speak with parents. I said, how many of you love the way your parents brought you up? You think they did a good job raising you? And the number of people, almost everybody, 95%, would put up their hands. Then I asked the second question, how many of you would want to use the same template to raise your own children? And the hands drop. So what template are you working with? They need to go for training. You need to understand how many parents today understand the developmental traits that show up at different stages of their children's life. So a baby, what do you expect? I was just reading over the news in the night about 2 a.m. When I woke up to do some work. I just saw a link, and what was the link? A father slapped how many weeks old baby?
Wow.
And the baby started convulsing. And the baby was rushed, and the man is on the run.
What could the
baby
have?
Biological
Yes.
father, it happens.
He actually slapped how many weeks old baby, a baby girl. And what was his reason? That the girl No, first of all, she came as a girl. That's the child's own first crime.
Oh, I see.
Came as a girl. Then the girl was hungry. When babies are hungry, they cry. They can't speak. So take it. Okay, if you can't handle the cry, hand the baby over to the mother. So there's this fundamental thought or belief, first of all, which we need to take away, that they say that a man is moved by what he sees. I keep saying, the thing he sees with his wife is the same thing his daughter has. Is the same thing that little girl has. So if you saturate your consciousness with the fact that, okay, when I see this thing, I cannot help but lose control. When you see it in any human being that is female, you would lose control. You wouldn't know when something will happen.
Yeah.
Every human being, both male and female, are sexual beings.
Okay.
When you act on something, it's based on the deposits over time in your mind. You have exposed yourself to lewd images, you have exposed yourself to lewd content, and then you would not realize it when you begin to act it out. That is one. Two, understand that children are just innocent. When they smile doesn't mean they don't understand what it is. Now, when I teach classes, and I teach teenagers this also, because we've discovered children are abusing children now.
Yes,
Say that
minors
again.
abusing minors. Yeah.
Children are yes,
In
minors
cases.
are abusing
Abusing minors.
minors.
Yeah.
So when we have children programs and we're talking to teenagers, part of what we teach them is this: when you want to help your sibling change a diaper, it's normal. When the diaper is engorged with urine, the baby is uncomfortable. So when you take off the diaper and the air, so the baby smiles and throws the legs open. That's because the baby is just relieved. So if you want to help, maybe either you blow some air or you fan or something, the baby tickles. It's because when you tickle somebody, the person will tickle some people and they laugh. It's just a normal reaction. So don't say that, oh, this baby already knows something.
Is interested in something.
Seriously?
I've had a father say that before. And he said, these children know. I said, no, they don't know. Just as one tickles you and cracks a joke and you laugh, the same way is what happens to children. Their brains don't get to develop. For those out there that think the children know, the child's brain does not get to develop until the child clocks 20.
Really?
20. Their brains, teenagers' brains are still developing. So whatever, if you see a teenager veering towards the path, away from the path, it's the responsibility of the adult to get that child back. Don't say, oh, this child already knows. This child has been exposed to this, so you dance along that. No.
All right, we still have our guests here with us in the studios. Just remember, you can be a part of this conversation. If you have an experience or if you know something that can help someone who has been a victim of this rape in minors, just feel free to contribute. Send us an SMS or interact with us on our social media platforms using the hashtag Galaxy. All right, welcome back. It's still Galaxy. Today, raping minors is what we are discussing this morning. And before the break, we're talking about how some people actually get the wrong ideas about babies when they change their diapers. Julie was saying.
Yes. So I don't just talk to parents, so I talk to teenagers as well, because we've had cases where teenagers, minors are abusing minors. So I tell them when a baby's diaper is changed and you see her giggle or you see him giggle and laughs and all that, that's for a baby girl, she giggles and then she laughs. Then perhaps for a boy, maybe when he's about 2, 3, 4, you see that he has what we call morning glory. For a grown man, we call it an erection. It's like an erection, but that's morning glory. Funny enough, girls also experience it, baby girls experience it, but because ours isn't prominent, so we don't get to see it. So what the boy experiences, the girl also experiences. So for those that have nannies, whether male or female, you have a domestic staff, and that it's the duty of the guardian or the parents to educate the older ones that this is normal. If not, you get to a point where you wake the baby boy to go have his bath, and you discover that some persons will say he's having an erection. If the person is not knowledgeable, you go fondling. And that's where it starts from. But when the understanding is registered, the person is made to understand that this is part of a biological response. It shows that, okay, his system is working. It's a normal occurrence. then that person is empowered, and you know you don't take advantage. Oh, this boy, maybe because of he has seen this, or maybe the boy is becoming knowledgeable about what it is to have intercourse.
To add to that, a doctor was mentioned that if a child at that stage does not experience that, then there's every tendency that could lead to impotency.
That's why I said it's a normal thing.
It's a normal thing.
So people need to be educated that it's normal.
It's normal.
So don't say that the boy, oh, this person, oh, these boys, they know some. That another myth is when they say that, oh, baby boys, it's difficult to win them. This why we're saying this, because we're educating parents.
Parents, yeah.
It's difficult to win them. And what is the reason they give that it's difficult to win a boy child? They say, no, boys and breasts. I said,
That's why even when
it was
they are
a lot easier for me to
attracted.
actually win my son than my daughter.
Okay, you wanted to add something.
It was, yeah, I was saying that's why that's the myth they carry up to the teenage stage, to say that that's why boys are attracted by what they see. So girls, you have to be properly dressed and all that. Taking it to the aspect of being raped. One of the things they say, apart from the fact that they feel that the children are sending the signal they think they're getting from the children, is the fact that they feel, say the preteens or the teens, that some of them will say they're not properly dressed. Okay, like she said, okay, because men are moved by what they see, so they just see some clips and all that and say. And the question I keep asking myself is the fact that when your mother was growing up back then in the village, how was she dressed? What was that thing that she had on? All covered, her neck's covered. Some of them had their wrapper just on their chest, yet our fathers did not rape them. So at the end of the day, I think it boils down to the things we've been feeding ourselves.
So what changed about us?
A lot of things have changed. While we were on the break, she was talking about the content.
Okay.
Yes.
The media content. We've been sending the wrong signal consistently. So you see someone that is very talented comes out there to release a music, and then at the process of doing that, you're polluting the minds of these young people. So you're making it look as if this is acceptable. So we live in a society where the wrong thing has been constantly made the right thing. So we are gradually losing touch of what the right thing is about. And that's why when we talk to parents, we tell them, you say you're very busy, because that's one of the things they say to us. You say, but the truth is, Julie Flo, I go out there to make money for the same children. And you know, one of the things we tell them, but you not go out to make money and discover that your child is no longer there when you come back. And when we say that they think the child will die, they say, not at all. We have more to the physical vet. There is emotional vet, there's psychological vet. You don't know what's happening. There's social vet. So what we tell parents, get educated. Education does not just mean you go to the university. You have to consciously attend parenting session. When you tell them about it, they tell you, what do you want to teach? They don't know that a lot of things are happening, and they are professionals that their day-to-day activity, they say, probably whatever profession you're in, maybe you're a banker and all that, you attend trainings, you get yourself improved on your profession. The same way there are people that take their time to make the research. We work with children directly. If you hear the things they say to us, that their parents do not even have a clue. So we tell parents to attend sessions. We have free sessions, we have for fee sessions. Read books. So we live in a stage where we are parenting based on assumption. So we assume we know. The fact that we are well traveled, we do a lot of things, and we spend time on the internet. Sometimes whatever we see on the internet is not the real deal. It's important we get grounded when it comes to raising a child. So, and she said something about developmental traits. You need to know what happens. I have a 3-year-old daughter, but I get so intentional about her. A 3-year-old daughter these days is not the same way they were days ago. So I have another one that is about 18 months. So the same way I treat David is not how I'm treating Davina. We need to understand. So when you get parents say, but I attended a parenting session 3 years ago, and I asked them, how old is your child now? So you attended when your child was 8. 8 plus 3 is how old?
11.
There is something you need to learn at age 11.
Okay, let us talk about support now. You know, a lot of times when these rapes have occurred, how do you begin to support the child who has been involved in the rape, and of course the family and the parent themselves? Because most of them, wouldn't want to talk about it. They wouldn't want to report such cases because of stigma and other issues surrounding it.
Apart from stigma, especially when it happens within the house, and when the culprit is the man of the house.
Is in the house, yes.
So you hear cases of, you want to save your marriage. We tell people, once a child comes into the home, the man and the woman must make sacrifices. I hear a lot when they say, don't let your children come between you and your husband. Who will take care of the children?
I wonder.
Who will take care of the children? You brought them into the world. You are responsible.
That's it.
Make room for them. That is why we teach what we teach. They are not problems. They are opportunities. You have an opportunity to improve on what your parents taught you. You have an opportunity to raise a role model. You have an opportunity to groom the next president.
That's it.
That's an